Oliver Twist is a novel written by Charles Dickens in the 19th century. It tells the story of a young orphan named Oliver Twist who faces many hardships and adventures in his quest for a better life. Oliver is born in a workhouse in a small English town. His mother dies shortly after his birth, and no one knows who his father is. The workhouse is a harsh place where the poor are mistreated and given very little food. The children there are often hungry and overworked. When Oliver is 9 years old, the boys in the workhouse are so hungry that they decide someone must ask for more food. They choose Oliver. At dinner, after finishing his small bowl of gruel, Oliver approaches the master and says, "Please, sir, I want some more." The request shocks the authorities, and they decide that Oliver is a troublemaker. They offer a reward to anyone who will take him away. Oliver is sent to work as an apprentice for Mr. Sowerberry, an undertaker. While there, he is treated poorly by Mr. Sowerberry's wife and bullied by another apprentice named Noah Claypole. Noah taunts Oliver about his dead mother, which leads to a fight. As a result, Oliver is beaten and locked up. Feeling desperate, he decides to run away to London. The journey to London is long and difficult. Oliver walks for 7 days, tired and hungry. When he arrives, he meets a boy named Jack Dawkins, also known as the Artful Dodger. Dodger offers Oliver a place to stay and takes him to meet Fagin, an old man who leads a gang of child thieves. Oliver doesn't realize that Fagin is a criminal. He thinks he has found friends. Fagin tries to teach Oliver how to pick pockets. One day, Oliver goes out with Dodger and another boy named Charlie Bates. He watches as they steal a handkerchief from an elderly gentleman named Mr. Brownlow. When Mr. Brownlow notices his handkerchief is missing, he turns around and sees Oliver standing there. Shocked, Dodger and Charlie run away, and Oliver is blamed for the theft. He is arrested and taken to court. At the trial, a witness explains that Oliver is innocent and that he saw the real thieves. Mr. Brownlow feels sorry for Oliver and takes him to his home to care for him. Oliver experiences kindness for the first time and begins to recover from his hardships. Meanwhile, Fagin is worried that Oliver might reveal their criminal activities. He teams up with a brutal thief named Bill Sykes and a kind-hearted woman named Nancy, who is Sykes' girlfriend. They plan to kidnap Oliver and bring him back. One day, when Oliver is running an errand for Mr. Brownlow, Nancy and Sykes capture him. They take him back to Fagin's hideout. Fagin forces Oliver to join them in a burglary. They plan to rob a house in the countryside. Oliver doesn't want to participate, but he has no choice. During the burglary, things go wrong. Oliver is shot by a servant of the house, and Sykes runs away, leaving him behind. The people in the house, Mrs. Maylie and her adopted niece Rose, find Oliver and decide to care for him. They believe he is a good boy who has been led astray. As Oliver recovers, he forms a close bond with Mrs. Maylie and Rose. He tells them his story, and they decide to protect him. Rose becomes like a sister to Oliver. Back in London, Nancy feels guilty about Oliver's situation. She decides to help him. She secretly meets with Rose to tell her about Fagin and Sykes' plans. She also reveals that a mysterious man named Monks is plotting against Oliver. Monks is actually Oliver's half-brother, who wants to prevent Oliver from claiming his rightful inheritance. Rose then informs Mr. Brownlow about everything Nancy has told her. When Fagin learns that Nancy has betrayed them, he tells Sykes. In a fit of rage, Sykes murders Nancy. After realizing the horror of his actions, Sykes tries to escape but accidentally hangs himself while fleeing from an angry mob. Mr. Brownlow confronts Monks and forces him to tell the truth. It turns out that Oliver's father was a wealthy man who left a large inheritance. Monks wanted to keep all the money for himself, so he tried to ruin Oliver's chances. With the truth revealed, Oliver is able to claim his inheritance. Fagin is arrested and sentenced to death for his crimes. Before his execution, Oliver visits him in prison, seeking closure. In the end, Oliver is adopted by Mr. Brownlow. He lives happily with his new family, including Rose, who is revealed to be his aunt. The story concludes with Oliver finally finding the love and security he had always longed for. Oliver Twist highlights the struggles of the poor and the injustices of society during Victorian England. It shows how kindness and compassion can make a difference in someone's life. The novel also criticizes the harsh treatment of orphans and the corruption present in institutions meant to help the needy. Through Oliver's journey, Charles Dickens emphasizes the importance of staying true to oneself despite difficult circumstances. Oliver remains honest and kind-hearted, which ultimately leads him to a better life. The story encourages readers to empathize with those less fortunate and to recognize the impact of their actions on others.